Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as always, we'll be talking about our weekly Torah portion. Not as always, because it's Parshas Devarim, book of Devarim. We begin the new fifth book of Torah, the final book of Torah. That means that the high holidays were around the corner, and this is a Torah in review. Those are last 37 days of the life of Moshe Rabbeinu, when he begins in reviewing everything that happened before to the Jewish people from the Exodus from Egypt until now, some sort of summary of all the events, and obviously analyzing this summary. However, just recently, my very close friend was visiting me here from Israel, and to the question, how is going, how are you doing, how is in Israel, he said it's all terrible. The news are devastating, we're losing the war, the government is falling apart, this bad, that bad, everything is terrible. I didn't start to argue with him. After all, he's Israeli, and it's impossible to prove something or explain something to Israeli. I'm one of them. But I thought to myself, how does he know that everything is terrible? And when you open actually the news and you see the summary of the day, or the day in review, and yes, all the news are definitely terrible, but my question is, how can you decide that it's terrible at this particular moment? Don't you need time to pass by to understand that something is happening, to the change of the process of change and so on? Like, look at the state of Israel, for example. When I came there over 30 years ago as a young kid, this was a country totally different from what we see right now. Different economy, different level of life, different state. Everything was different. And for the 30 years, then you can see whatever was then and whatever is now, and it's definitely not, I cannot say much better. This is not this is very subjective, but totally different country. But if you're talking about 80 years ago, when the state of Israel was just established, and look, where are we now? In order to summarize or analyze something, you need this, as we say today, passage of time. And it's very simple, because the summary and review, it's summary whatever happened throughout the time, and then you put it together, or rather subtract. You take whatever you have now and you subtract what was then, and then you see the difference, and this would be the real summary. But unfortunately, everything that we say that the summary is now, the war now, the peace now, the election now, or whatever I want now, give me now, we're living in the now. But in order to have a summary, you need a time. Moshe Rabbeinu, when beginning the book of Devarim, he says this is a summary of whatever happened in review in 40 years. He takes 40 years to understand what's actually happened from the Exodus from Egypt till the moment that we're standing at the border of the land of Israel. And it's a big difference. Yes, obviously, every moment of this journey, there were terrible things. There were the people complaining that there was nothing to eat or nothing to drink. There's a golden cup, and Egypt is pursuing us, and pandemics, and Korah, and spies, and broken tablets. There were terrible news all along the journey. But 40 years ago, there was a group of people, just nobody. People without land, people without culture, people without a national idea, people without identity, without army, without structure. But now, 40 years later, there's a whole nation with the idea, with the mission, with understanding who we are, with the culture, with the national culture, with the Torah, with the army, with the structure, are standing in the borders of the land of Israel, ready to go and to pursue their future, building the temple, building the state of Israel. So don't rush to analyze, to summarize the news. Wait, the understanding needs time. Thank you very much. Good luck. I see you next week.